G'day everyone, this is day one of the adventure in Saskatchewan on my own property. I was drawn again, so up here, and it is a good day. It's been very cool in the morning and then kind of warmed up a little during the day. We only saw 3 deer this morning, and they were just does, fawns. We're hoping to see a few bucks. There's a few trail cams. I got a picture of a couple that I'm interested in. One is a nice 4-pointer, nice round and good sized brow tines, 6 to 8 inches. And the other one is a 5x5. He's got really tall G3s. So it's going to be hopefully a good day. Like I said, day one of 8 days that I'm up here. They haven't been really rutting yet. We haven't seen a lot of sign of rutting. There's a few scrapes out there, but my dad did get a buck a couple of days ago, and we're hoping that me and my brother are hoping that they're moving. My brother saw a good sized buck yesterday chasing a doe, so that's a really good sign. And he just wasn't able to get a shot, so I'm hoping they're starting to move today. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pick the right deer. I think today, in this week, as the week goes on, I may get less picky, right? So, but I'm just going to keep an eye on what's going on and go from there, and keep checking cameras and keep seeing what we can see on there, and see when they really start to move. Hopefully, the way everything is set out, the rut is ready to really kick in. All right, stay tuned.
So this afternoon was basically the only 2 deer I seen were these 2 does, and they were feeding here, and they're both dry, no young ones. Don't know if coyotes got them or wolves got them, or they're just dry does, but they were out hanging around. One must have never liked the other, because one down by the bale, seen the other one come in, and she took right off, and the other one sat there and fed for a while, and basically that's all I saw for the rest of the day.
This is day 2. I'm out back in the blind. I just got here. I was out this morning, just sitting with my dad and watching, and the deer were coming in. In fact, now here comes a bunch of deer right now to the bait. This morning I was out with my dad, and we saw, I think it was 6, 7, and today, now I just saw 5. I think they might be the same ones, but they come from a different direction. A couple of the 2 does that were with them looked a little bigger. That's good because I was closer. But that's a good sign. It's like noon. I thought I'd come and try it at a little different time. 6, day 7. Maybe some of those really big does will look good in the freezer, but for right now, I'm just hoping to see a nice buck.
Well, I decided to wait just a few more minutes, and then I decided, well, maybe it's time to go back. This was just a little bit after lunch, so I thought, well, maybe I'll go back to the cabin, have some lunch, and then return about 1:30, 2 o'clock and sit there for the evening. Still just a lot of does and fawns moving around, not much happening at this time, so I thought, well, it's a good time to go have a little bit of a rest, maybe have some oatmeal raisin cookies and relax and get ready for the evening hunt. One thing about the drive back from the blind, it's always relaxing. There's nothing better than, at least I feel, than the cabin in the winter. Driving through the trees and seeing all the snow sitting on the branches, and that quiet drive back is always something that I look forward to. We don't get to see the cabin as much in the winter as we do during the spring and the summer, but it's a totally different looking landscape this time of year. I really enjoy driving through the bush to go back to the cabin.
Well, it's the afternoon of a day 2. Sitting in my blind. Nothing happened yet. My brother was out just in a different location in this field, and he seen a buck following a doe. Another good sign. I've been talking about all these good signs, but nothing seems to be putting it all together. And I'm going to work this blind today for sure, and then tomorrow I think I'll come here in the morning, and then I might work another one in the afternoon. For right now though, I'm going to stick it out here. There's lots of deer movement here, lots of does and stuff, so single does with fawns, stuff like that. So when usually you find does this time of year, you'll find a buck not too far behind. So I hope we see something happen here. Now I got a whole week yet, but last year I think it was day 2, Sunday, that I got my last one. So if I decide I would shoot it on the last day, I'm probably gonna shoot it on the first day or second day, or early, just for the simple fact that it is nice to have it done. But I'm a little choosier this year, so we'll see. Maybe it will be day 4, day 5, hopefully not day 7, and hopefully not day 8. So, but we got lots of wood for the fire in the cabin, and I got lots of groceries, so whatever it takes, we'll get her done. I was skunked in Alberta. So far this year, I think when I get back I'll have a few days I might try it out, but for right now I have no meat in the freezer, and that's concerning. Alright, let's see what happens.
It took a little while, but as I sat there, I was seeing some movement in the bush, and out come this young one to the bait. Kind of curious, looking around, and then I noticed up and to my right, upper coming down the hill, was the doe with this fawn. They basically came in, hung around for a little while, and then they moved out. And unfortunately, that's really all I seen that evening. It was pretty quick. When you're sitting in the blind, you don't realize how much time passes by and how quickly it does. But yeah, they were there, came in, ate a little bit, and left, and that's basically all I seen for the rest of the evening.
This is day 3, and so far I've had a doe and a fawn again. Still not sure why the bucks are moving. I've been yesterday. Well, I didn't see it, my brother did. I think he said 4x3 or 4x4. And it was looking like it was following a doe, but I've had 5 or 6 does at the baits and no bucks yet, so I don't know if we're just still pre-rut or they just haven't switched on or the moon isn't right or something. But it's one of those days where I just gotta sit and wait. It's early. It's only like 8:30 in the morning. It's about 15 minutes or so that I've been here, 20 minutes somewhere in there, so just waiting now. I barely got set up when those first 2 come down, so that's a good sign they're moving today. Woke up, it's about minus 15. It's supposed to get to about minus 9 or 10 today, so that's still pretty good weather. But we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. It's the afternoon of day 3, and I'm back in my blind, and I'm waiting to see. I put out some new grain for them and see if that's going to help. See, it's starting to snow a little bit, so that's a good thing. Sometimes it gets them moving. Weather changes, pressure and stuff like that. So I saw a buck this morning. So he was at his head down, smelling the ground. So hopefully that's a sign that they're in rut. He wasn't very big as in far as rack-wise. He wasn't a bad body size, but he only had 2 little points on each side. So maybe Friday, Saturday. That might be the one, but right now I'm just going to see what I can see in the next few days till then. So hopefully it gets a little bit better. It's not like we haven't been seeing deer. It's just we haven't been seeing the deer we've seen on our trail cams. And we had some good pictures of some good deer on there. So we'll see what happens.
Well, this was my day 3 afternoon quarry. I could see out there there was a couple of blue jays working on the grain that I'd put out. They were sure doing a number on it. They had come in and they would peck a bunch of grain, fill up their cheeks, and then they'd take off and go sit somewhere, and then they'd come back and do the same process all over again. So time to feed the birds.
Well, it's day 4 morning. I just got set up. I put some grain out, and it's really quiet, a little bit foggy. So I don't know how it's going to be today. There's been deer to the baits and cleaned up all the grain since I put it out last night. So we'll see how once we get over Wednesday towards hump day, then let's start getting a little serious about what we'll be looking at. But right now, it's still early. There is deer moving. It's just not as many as I'd like to see. So we'll see how it goes from here.
Right about now, I figured something was kind of walking in the back of the bush, because this young feller, he was looking out there and he kept eating, put his head down, then he'd get up and look, and he really started to focus on that one part of the bush there, and then he started to move away from the feed. So I thought something was going on, and sure enough, not long after he moved a little bit up the hill and started to walk away, in come a buck. And right about now is when I started to figure, well, this is the one I think I'm going to take, because it's already Tuesday. As you can see, I blew my shot with my crossbow. I shot low. That was just all on me because of not properly ranging everything before I got in there. I thought it was 30 yards. It was actually 37 yards, so that made me off a bit, but I had a backup plan. My gun was sitting in there with me, and unbeknownst, because we can't see it, I didn't get a chance to move my camera. He ran about 15 yards to the left, and then he went and stood back in the bush a little ways, kind of quartering towards me at about 60 yards. So then I decided to take the shot with my rifle. At this point, I thought I had missed. I took the shot. He was quartering away. He took off like crazy when I hit him, but I stopped the camera, and I was so concerned that I walked in, and then I saw there was I saw there was blood and hair, so I knew I had hit him. I was so concerned on finding the animal that I just didn't really think of grabbing the camera and taking it with me. It was a pretty far walk back in there, about 200 yards. So when I found him, he was dead. I had taken him in the left-hand side. He didn't go very far, like I said, a couple hundred yards back in the bush. I had to cut my way in, use the side-by-side to get it out. I just didn't have enough hands to do all the videoing and everything. But you can see in the pictures here, this was a nice deer. And it wasn't huge, but it's a deer. I got a deer, and I was taking meat home to the freezer.